So I recently visited Europe for 2 weeks, and there are a lot of insights which I would like to share with you guys. So let's go. It's 5th June, 1:51 a.m. and I am at the Delhi airport. My flight to Germany will be leaving in 2 hours approximately, and so stay tuned. I'm currently going towards the transit immigration in Doha International Airport. It's Qatar International Airport. It's 6 o'clock in the morning and it's quite bright. And this is our flight from Doha to Germany. As always, Qatar Airways has comfortable seatings, a lot of facilities, and a great food. And this is our morning breakfast. I'm currently heading towards the European immigration in Berlin, and this is how it looks like. It's 3 o'clock in Germany, it's raining outside. The temperatures are cool as such. We are currently on the Brandenburg airport. I've gotten my immigration done. The only question that are being asked on the immigration desk are your return flight tickets and your hotel bookings. That's pretty much it. They were not concerned about how many days you're going to spend in Germany and things like that. So it's pretty chill as opposed to other countries that I've been to. The Brandenburg airport. I'm going for the baggage claim. There are vending machines everywhere to buy public transport tickets, and let me show you how it is done. So this is how every ticket vending machines looks like. It is currently in German or Deutsch. You have to change it to English by pressing the Union Jack flag. After that, you'll see single tickets or 24-hour tickets. I chose 24-hour one. The single journey ticket would cost you €4.40 and it is for around 2 hours validity. So you're supposed to date stamp every ticket you buy, and for after 2 hours of stamping, you can use the ticket anywhere. For us, all-purpose ticket for Berlin, it costed me €11.40. Trip ticket was costing €4.30, I believe. So it was a good bargain. This one is the ticket, as you can see, and this one is the receipt, which reads no ticket. So you have to be careful with this shorter one. And this is how a date stamp machine looks like. You'll find it everywhere, and you have to stamp it before you get into a public transport. You can see on the right side there's a time stamp of 15:30. This is a bus stop, and this is how the bus in Germany looks like. And now we are entering in the metro station. So basically, when you go into Germany, there are two kinds of metro. It is the U-Bahn and the S-Bahn. U-Bahn roughly translate to underground, and S-Bahn translate to surface trains. When you enter the train station in Germany, the first thing I realized was there was no checking counters or stoppage to check the ticket. Well, Germany being the high trust society, people respect and know their duties, and as tourists, you should also follow the same. Well, not all metros look this beautiful in Berlin. This is one of the few metros which are so beautiful to look at. Well, I've reached my destination metro station, and let's move out. Berlin has a substantial amount of Turkish community, and they set up this huge market. They sell a lot of seasonal fruits and some Turkish local cuisines. वैसे मन तो मेरा भी कर रहा था कि मैं कुछ खरीद लूँ यहाँ से, बट मुझे जाना है अभी ईस्ट साइड गैलरी अपना सामान रखने के बाद, तो यहाँ से जल्दी निकलते हैं. ये है आज का मेरा स्टे, अर्बन ग्रैंड हॉस्टल बर्लिन. और ये रही हमारी डॉमेट्री. हॉस्टल से ईस्ट साइड गैलरी काफ़ी पास में थी. इनफैक्ट पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट से ज़्यादा टाइम लग रहा था, तो मैं निकल गया एक्सप्लोर करने बर्लिन को. So welcome guys, I'm in Berlin as you know already. City is a different vibe. I can smell, I don't know what I'm smelling, but it is something cooking, probably a non-vegetarian stuff. I'm going to the bridge. As the culture remains, people are drinking right now. It's almost 5 o'clock and there's restaurants open, people drinking beer predominantly, in trains also, so that's quite different. We're currently at the Oberbrauke bridge. It's an old bridge, it's quite iconic when it comes to the Berlin history. Well, you see, this bridge actually connects the east and the western Berlin, and now is a symbol of unification. And right in the front is a beautiful view of the river Spree. We have finally arrived to the East Side Gallery. As you can see, this is the longest open-air gallery of the world, and it stands as a monument of the fall of the wall which divided the eastern and western Berlin that time. Well, this total section is actually 1.3 kilometers long, and it consists of hundreds of paintings from all over the world. This section still remains standing whilst much of the wall was torn down in 1989. Well, if you're in Europe, you definitely have to try these e-scooters. They are very fun to drive. You can find them parked almost everywhere. शाम के 5:30 बज गए हैं और बारिश भी शुरू हो गई है, बट मुझे निकलना है जल्दी कॉन्सर्ट की तरफ, क्योंकि मैं जा रहा हूँ आज दुआ लिपा के कॉन्सर्ट में. ऐसे रास्ते का तो मुझे पता नहीं था स्टेशन के बाद कहाँ जाना है, तो जहाँ पर ये सारे लोग भीड़ बना के जा रहे थे, मैं भी उनके पीछे हो लिया. जर्मन बीइंग जर्मन, एक के पीछे एक खड़े हो गए, बट नोबडी वाज अवेयर कि किस तरफ लाइन आगे बढ़ रही है. तो मैंने थोड़ा सा इंडियन दिमाग लगाया और फिर जो लाइन छोटी थी उसमें घुस गया. इन मोस्ट ऑफ द कॉन्सर्ट दे डोंट अलाउ बिग बैग्स और कैमराज. एवरीथिंग इज़ इनसाइड. आप खाने पीने का सामान ले सकते हैं. वॉशरूम इज़ इनसाइड एंड इट वाज लाइक ओपन थिएटर, तो इट वाज फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट सर्व बेसिस फॉर सीट्स. तो मैं जल्दी भाग रहा हूँ अपनी सीट पकड़ने. आफ्टर लॉन्ग लाइन वी हैव फाइनली गॉटन एंट्री इनटू दिस whatever open theater it has for Dua Lipa's concert. And after a long wait of around 1.5 hours, finally we saw Dua Lipa. It was so surreal to see Dua Lipa dancing at 20 meters away from you, and the night kept getting wilder and wilder. Meanwhile, it started raining cats and dogs, and somebody saw it and just came running and gave me, a plastic raincoat, and it was such a good gesture. And like all good things, the night also came to an end. And then everybody started to walk fast to catch the S-Bahn. And this line over here is for people who have deposited their big bags. It was dark and I had no clue where I'm going. But luckily I reached back to my hostel and it's time to take a nap. Hey guys, good morning. Day number 2. We are going to Reichstag building, the Parliament building of Germany. It's almost 8 o'clock in the morning and everybody is setting up their market. Well, I still had my 24 hours pass, so I don't have to worry about public transport. But if somebody has not taken, there are vending machines on the station. This is a front view of the Reichstag building or the German parliament. It's actually free to visit this parliament. It being a parliament building, there are a lot of security and police around this building. Kafi sare embassies bhi hai, so it's quite busy area. Well, this building has been the seat of the government of Germany since 1894 and it's such a beautiful building to look at. We're currently at the top of the Reichstag building. It's a parliament building of Germany, as you know. Behind me is a dome which is quite famous. It is made of glass which resembles the transparency of the the government of Germany as such. We've been given audio guide machines which turns on automatically and tells you everything about. This stop also gives a panoramic view of the whole city of Berlin. And now we shall go inside the dome. In front of me you can see the Tiergarten, and this in front of me is the iconic Brandenburg Gate. Right in front of me you can see the TV tower. Apparently it is the tallest building in the whole European Union. It's 268 meters. The history of Germany is quite cool. The time constraint is not that a big issue. You can get any audio guide, whatever language you want. And this over here reads to the German people. This building is actually quite old. It dates back to the German Empire, which was built by, unifying 4 previous empire like Prussia and everything. And these 4 blocks, which you can see, actually represent those 4 guys. Right in front of me is the Brandenburg Gate. Guys, I'm in front of the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. Once a symbol of division during the Cold War, it is now a symbol of unification of Germany, and it is quite important figure in the history of Berlin. I'm currently at the Memorial for the Murdered Jews of Europe. Well, this Jewish museum in Berlin is one of the largest and most significant museum in Europe. And there are so many blocks which represent the unknown people who have been killed as part of the socialist reform of Germany. Also, there's a museum beneath this whole structure. So on 30th April 1945, Hitler shot himself. It is told that this was a place that he shot himself. There are many stories which lingers around this topic, and this bunker as of today has been converted into a parking lot. Although many people have tried to blow up, but the bunker itself is 8 meters below the street level, so there's no chance of it demolishing anyways. It is actually known to be the place. Hi guys, I'm currently at the Charlie checkpoint, or the 3rd checkpoint as it must be, of the US occupied Western Berlin, which was separated from the Eastern Berlin by the Berlin Wall. This area would be occupied by Americans and Russians, which are Russians, basically Soviet Unions, which will be dividing this whole city in 2. The basic aim was keeping East Berlin as confined as possible by the Soviet Union, so that no people will be moving out of it. So on the US side, you can see a Russian soldier looking at them. This is the US post. And towards the Soviet Union side, there is a photo of Russian soldier looking at. I'm currently standing on the reminiscence of the Berlin Wall. This small patch represents the Berlin Wall. In similar fashion, this whole wall will go this and take a right turn, confining all this area. At various locations, you can find free water places in Berlin, like this one. They're continuous. You just fill your water bottle. There's a small eating area which is located quite near to the Charlie checkpoint. You just make sure you have got cash in your hands. So guys, currently I am at the Bernau station in Berlin. And the Berlin Wall Memorial is actually located on the Bernau station. It was a main station which was joining the trains from East Berlin to West Berlin. So they closed this station. And a huge wall on the front of this opening of the station, which means that no train could stop here and no passenger could go in and go out of the station. The steel rows over here are the actual wall reminiscent. For Soviets, it became a matter of pride as to how can people leave their side of the Berlin. Well, the Berlin TV Tower is located in Alexanderplatz. It is one of the most famous squares of Berlin. It's got a lot of touristy places and souvenir shops, and of course, a must visit during the evenings. In fact, this is a protest which is going on, which was the first I've ever seen. Guys, I am currently heading towards the Island Museum, where it is a unique assembly of 5 world-renowned museums. In fact, when you go to the Reichstag building, the audio guide will actually tell you what all museums are actually free to visit during that day. So you have to Google it if you want. And if you're not into museums, this place anyway is very beautiful, filled with so many beautiful buildings. I am on the Island Museum in Berlin. This whole island is UNESCO World Heritage Site, and right in front of me is the Berlin Cathedral. Well, Berlin Cathedral is one of the most iconic places in Berlin, and the structure is so beautiful. You do need to buy a ticket to go inside the cathedral. To visit from outside is also beautiful, and it acts like a park, so a lot of people are hanging out in the evening. Out of many places in this museum island, one such thing is this Sanchi Stupa. A copy of it is erected in this museum island, which basically represent what Lord Buddha has to offer to this whole world. By the evening, I moved towards the Holzmarkt. It's a local market where many local people come to hang out. There are a lot of eateries and small businesses, and a very nice place to hang out actually. अभी रात के 9 बज रहे हैं और यहाँ पर ऑलमोस्ट सनसेट है. हम करंटली द मार्केट है नुएन. यहाँ पर मुझे लगता है कि जितने भी इमिग्रेंट्स कल्चर्स हैं, सब ने अपना अपना स्टॉल लगा लिया है और अपना अपना कंट्री का खाना बेच रहे हैं. It's almost 9:15 and I'm feeling a bit hungry. So I went to the Markt Holland. It's a historic market hall which was originally opened in 1891. So it's quite old. Well, entering this market is like heaven for a food lover. It's like going on a world tour without actually spending so much money. You get to try whatever cuisine you want, French, Italian, whatever actually, even African. Well, going to Berlin is incomplete without living its nightlife. So here are the few nightclubs which you have to look for and search on their website as well as Instagram page to find out more about them. Well, until this time everything was running smooth. I was on my bus and my way toward the station to catch my train to Amsterdam. The bus stopped abruptly and the driver told me to get off the bus because it will not move further. I quickly booked a cab which costed me 25 euros. But then a tunnel got collapsed and I missed my train to Amsterdam. I was strangled on the station. Don't know what to do. So stay tuned.